The following is a presentation of Stewed Productions.
This is InterBrews.
And allegedly, we're live. We are live because I saw it on Twitter. Hey. We're at least live on Twitter. Hey, everybody. Welcome to InterBrews Liquid Lunch Live at Star Sailor with Marin.
Yay.
Hey, Marin.
Hi.
How are things?
Things are great.
Yeah, they are. Thanks for having us.
Of course. Definitely.
We are here to celebrate 1 year.
I can't even believe it.
I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
You opened during a global pandemic.
Yes, sir.
So start there.
Okay.
How's life? You look like you're keeping it together. So
it's most positively the most positive space I've ever worked in. So it's really easy to keep it together. If
Good.
that makes sense.
It does. You're the one thing I tell people about this place, like when I was telling a bunch of people, I'm going to do a show with Marin at Star Sailor. Like, what's Star Sailor? It's Marin. It's Marin's place. It's all you. Like you were saying when I walked in, you can just on a dime if you want to just change up the whole thing.
Yeah, we can. So that's the beauty of the way the space was laid out, was to be able to fully gut it and transform it into something different. And the only thing that stays is the walls and the bar.
Yeah.
And then you can flip it, change it, rearrange it, and host pretty much anything under the sun.
Yeah.
But have a different feel, different atmosphere. Like this year we've been super sparkly and really purple and very glittery and bubbly, and I love it. And there's some ways that we can like make that a little more grungy and gothic too, right? And tie some things together. So I have a lot of aesthetic plans to just like tweak some things, change some things. So pretty much every time you come in, it looks different.
So that's cool. So whatever your experience was throughout 2021, through this last year, that won't be the experience when you come in the next time.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. We try to change things and just make it look different even. I'm here 7 days a week pretty much. So if I get tired looking at something, I can imagine how, my guests feel.
Yeah.
And to go back to your yes, it's Marin's bar and I love it. I own it. I, envisioned how I wanted it to be for so long, but ultimately, like you said it's you, but to me, you is all of y'all and Houston, really. So HOU, it's something that I just, love to throw out there. Hashtag HOU, hashtag Houston, all for you. So really the intent is for everybody that walks through the door, all walks of life, no matter who, what, where, when, where they came from, why they're in Houston, what melting pot that we all are here.
Hey, there's Mike.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Mike's back there pushing buttons.
So it doesn't matter what walks of life you come from, but you come in here, I want you to feel special. I want you to feel as special as I feel when I'm in here. I want you to feel as cute and glittery and sparkly and valued and appreciated as
what are you doing?
As possible. There's this lamp that we have.
Oh, he's aesthetics.
He's aesthetics.
He's channeling his inner Marin.
I like it. See, and like that right there, like that little attention to detail right there, and just being in this space helps him to see a little extra detail and take care of it. That's what I hope to do for you.
Did you put the custom bug in? That's cool. I made a custom. Your logo is somewhere in this area here.
So cool. Thanks. Man, okay, so it is really weird being like not seeing yourself while you're doing it. Like last time we did this was on a Zoom call. Yeah. And remember I froze a lot. Yeah. And my face was in weird spots. And so it might be better that we're not, that direction. Oh, look at you. You're going to.
There we go. Well, there's the two shot at least. We can see ourselves far, far away. Actually, I need to pull up the chats.
Oh, that's great.
We'll be taking people's chats.
Okay, because that's what I loved about doing it on the other way is we could see it, like right in front of us.
All right, I'll pull it. Let's see. I had it at one point.
Look now.
Talk amongst yourselves while.
Man, Mike, thank you.
He's great, right?
He is great.
I'm okay.
You're the best. You're the best.
Well, he came in, probably about an hour after Mr. Josh did.
Well.
Because Josh had all this to set up. You guys should see this. It's like a masterpiece in here.
It's probably too much.
It's not probably too much.
No, it's just enough.
Good. Looks good.
It looks great. No, it's perfect.
Okay.
So we live, me and the fiance, we live, I don't know how many miles, 4 or 5 miles away from here.
Awesome.
You've been to...
Getting married next month.
Huey's?
Huey's, yes.
Yes, great.
Yes, we've been there once, I think.
Yeah.
And like I said, we live right over here, so we've
Yeah.
only been here about a year and a half now, so
Okay.
we're still exploring
Understood.
the small corners
Right.
of this area.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and that's the number one priority, and probably the biggest challenge is getting the public and everybody to know that this place even exists.
Right.
Once they know it exists, we then just wow them with a good time.
Yeah.
With great hospitality, fun experience, great beers, good food,
Right.
fun little retail shopping, kind of a space that you, Mike, could bring your fiance.
Right. Right.
Fiance is going to love all about it, but maybe she doesn't come with you all the time.
Right.
But you get to come and hang out and drink some great beer, but it's a place that she'll still want to join you every now and then.
What are
right?
your your policies on Shih Tzus?
Bring them.
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you
And-
see that cute patio out there?
Yeah.
And I was just cleaning. It looked like someone had their Shih Tzu on the couch with them this weekend. So, I was cleaning the couch a little bit before we sat down. It
Well,
looked like,
we'll keep him outside for sure.
looks like those little puppies sitting on the couch, which is fine.
Yeah. Henry has his own Instagram account.
Ooh, okay. So there's a mural around the corner that Nikki Davis did for us last year when we opened. It's outside on that wall.
Yeah.
We'll go take a look over there, but I expect Mr. Henry, you said was your dog's name?
Yeah.
Definitely needs a picture by Stella painted outside. For
Absolutely.
Sure.
He's
Definitely.
very photogenic.
Well, I believe it. That's why dogs have Instagram.
Yeah. He's
It's because Instagram's photos.
he's kind of a stoic Shih Tzu, but yet at the same time,
How old is he?
7.
Oh my goodness!
He's
I
cute.
had a Maltese for 15 years, so I fully understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up with a family friend that has now like 5 Shih Tzus. So yeah, I fully understand that little dog syndrome thing.
Yes.
yeah, we're anybody watching the stream, we are taking your chats. I should be able to see them, so just hit me up.
Yeah.
When and wherever.
The book is open. I
Yeah.
will answer anything.
Oh, trade secrets,
Whatever.
life lessons.
Yeah, whatever. I got
All of that.
I got a lot of them. Really, I'm still learning too. Every day,
Okay.
something every day.
Well, let's talk. So a year ago, it was about a year ago. Now you were on Liquid Lunch.
Yep.
And I was watching that episode a little bit.
Yeah.
Getting ready for this. It's like because, it's Christmas time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like you can tell by the way people are just like, okay, there's about 3 weeks when we can dress like that in
Yep.
Houston,
Yes.
and that was one of those weeks. So,
Yes.
You opened up 2021, which was. Or 2020, I guess, right? We're at the end of 2021.
December of 20. So we signed the lease here in August of 2020, and then we bulldozed through an opening
Yeah.
as fast as possible, construction, build out, and opened. Our first actual selling day was December 5th, which is actually Prohibition Day. So
Nice.
that was kind of cool and
Yeah.
very serendipitous. And then my birthday is December 16th. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I did not want to spend last year's birthday here at all.
Yeah.
I had been here living it, smelling the fumes, all the things. I really didn't. I was doing podcast after podcast and interview after interview. Like, I didn't even want to talk to anybody last birthday. So I crawled into a shell, and all my great friends that love me so much just sat and spoke for me that day. It was great.
Yeah.
And then we had our grand opening right after that 2 days later. So the 18th last year was our grand opening celebration, and December 18th this year is our 1-year anniversary celebration.
And that is this Saturday. So everybody watching this, whether it's live
Yeah.
now or you're coming across this on your Facebook or we'll post some stuff on Instagram,
Yeah.
but Twitter and YouTube and
Yeah.
all those places. Twitch. We may have some gamers watching.
Heck yeah. I'm all
Maybe.
about it. I utilized Twitch a lot during the pandemic.
Yeah?
For a lot of reasons. We attempted, a virtual tap room experience at one point in time to try to use that platform of just like, hey, we're in here drinking beer. Sorry, you can't be, right?
Right.
But then also utilized it to Barbarella is my favorite place to dance here in town. And they did live DJ sets. So you could have Barbarella in your living room
Yeah.
and on Twitch. It was
That's
all
cool.
on Twitch.
Yeah.
So Twitch was actually a really awesome platform at that point in time.
Yeah, it's I was talking when I was at St. Arnold last episode. Brock was mentioning that there are some things that will stick around from this whole thing. Like
Oh, yeah.
they did the virtual beer and cheese pairings.
Yep.
And he said it was great to finish with that final beer and cheese pairing, and I have this big barrel aged imperial stout.
Right.
And I finished the presentation, and I just walk a room over and lay down on my couch.
Yeah. Like you don't have to drive after that.
Yeah.
I fully understand that.
Right,
I
and
do.
if you've got the beer and the cheese with you, there was somebody else who you would have taken with you to the event. But you don't have to worry about Uber and all that stuff.
So yesterday was very much the same realm for me. I just wanted to go home with a bottle of wine and sit in my PJs on my couch.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes, yes, I've never been a homebody, ever. I'm always a go, go, go. My house is actually like no one ever sees it because I'm just at another house that's a tap room or this place, right? So ultimately, this is my home. That's why I always say, welcome to my home, because it's definitely way cleaner than my actual house, right? So homebody has never really been something that I've done, but ultimately it was forced upon all of us.
Yeah.
And I've come to appreciate my couch at home just as much as I appreciate this couch here.
Yep. Hey, Philip. Philip says, what's up, beer fans? What's up, Philip, sir? How have you been? Hope things are. If you got any questions for Marin, pass them along, or just any kind words to say. Philip's a longtime loyal
That's wonderful.
viewer, streamer,
Well, thanks
chatterer.
for watching, Philip.
He's the best.
Yes.
He makes great beer too.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, he's one of those rogue brewers. I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You know
man.
Philip, right?
I
Well,
do.
very
What's up,
cool.
Phil?
Okay.
Very cool. Sup,
Yeah.
Phil?
What's up, Phil? Well, I'd be remiss. We should talk about this is a beer drinking show and a beer talking show and a social show.
Yep.
I don't think is the what you drinking music on the panel there. Is there a thing
It's
that says
time for your other favorites.
That's an old one. Is there one? That's what you eating. Is there a what you drinking on there?
This could be lunch. We're eating.
Yeah,
It's
but
time
no,
for your
that's the
favorite
one.
segment and mine. Here
Just
on
imagine the
Liquid
graphic.
Lunch. This is
What you drinking?
All right, animation's coming in January. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Cool.
But what you drinking there, Marin?
So I am drinking 11 Below Positive Space on draft.
There you go. That's their seasonal, the big stout.
Yes.
They also have negative space.
So it's double negative space.
Oh,
which
double negative.
literally
makes
equals a positive.
A positive.
Right?
Okay.
Math.
Yes. Well,
I'm so proud of them. I love them.
they are. I try to stay away from math, but I'll stick with that beer though.
Totally.
So this is that the barrel aged version, or is that just a big
No,
double?
it's just a big stout. So
Okay.
ultimately, the double part is the double adjunct such.
Okay.
So double cacao, double cinnamon,
Oh,
double
that's right.
ancho.
It's a fantastic beer, and they do barrel aged versions of
Yes,
it.
they do.
All that good
Yes,
stuff.
they do.
Our friends at 11 Below.
Yeah.
Go see them in northwest. It's northwest Houston. Technically in Houston
Yeah.
on. Is it Bourgeois? They're just off of Bourgeois.
Bourgeois.
I think it's Bourgeois. Near Willowbrook Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff and Brandon and Bryce.
I've become one of those I live inside the loop people.
Oh, so that's venturing far out for
It
you.
is so far. So that's why I just bring all the beer here.
Yeah. When's the last time you ventured outside of the loop?
What's the last brewery that you went to?
Oh, yeah, and outside of
Just for pleasure,
Outside of the loop?
Yes.
not for
Yeah,
work.
okay.
Because you're very close to a number of breweries. down
Yeah,
here.
exactly. That's why I'm like, because I go pretty much if I drive home, I pass by 5 to get home. I live walking distance from under the radar. It's right by my coffee shop.
Yeah.
So like, there's definitely a lot like Holler's on the way home. Equal Parts is on the way home. St. Arnold's on the way home.
Suppose
Great
any-
Heights is on the way home.
any brewery could be on the way
Astral,
home
it
if you
really
drive
is.
far enough.
Decca's even like kind of over there. I can go that wrong way around if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But probably for pleasure, just to hang out, is going to be Great Heights.
Okay.
That's definitely the last place I went to hang.
I guess they're outside the loop.
They're just right over there.
They just hop.
Like
right.
they're North Ella to the right. Like
Yeah.
that's
technically outside the loop.
technically outside the loop.
Yeah.
It is. In my brain, it's outside the loop.
Yeah. To me, that's in town.
It is in town.
Yeah.
But the next, like, say, furthest one I've been to. What have I done?
Is this
lately?
Kenny G? Sorry.
It is.
He's great.
I know.
That guy.
This-
He plays that
We're
soprano
setting the mood
sax.
in here.
Yeah, it
Setting the
is.
mood in here. It's pretty great.
Makes you want to get the weather.
Come
the
on,
weather
guys.
channel?
My
What
brewery
direction?
people. When was the last time you guys saw me somewhere? I've been somewhere. I've definitely done some things. I don't know.
Do you remember which direction you were traveling?
North. Oh, maybe south. No, north.
Was it straight north?
North. Because really, because like I guess the
Like 45?
really the most like recent, really far away brewery is going to be Wiley Roots. I just left there like
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
Wiley Roots is in Greeley, Colorado. I work
that's
there
outside
too.
the loop.
Way
for
far
sure.
away.
Yeah, I work there too. That's actually my full-time job.
Really?
Is working at Wiley Roots Brewing Company.
Oh.
I am there strategic operations advisor.
Okay. That
Is-
sounds very
It's
important.
It's fun. I ultimately just help them make money moves, and we talk through great things that we can do to build that brand and develop beers and market it and build the tap room and all that. I've been with them now for a whole year and a half.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. I started with them June of 2020.
Okay.
And that was like money coming in while I was doing this. And it was something I was really passionate about, and we made it able to be able that I can do both. So this is my life job, and that is my other full-time life job. So I do both. So it's really fun. And it's great to, a bunch of the beer community here is pretty familiar with Wiley Roots. They're right down the street from Weldworks.
Okay.
And we can literally smell Weldworks Brewing at Wiley Roots, even through the methane smells that is Greeley, Colorado.
Mike, we're getting some reports that audio is in and out. Make sure
Is it just me?
No,
that's
it's not
in and
you.
out?
It's just make sure everything's nice and connected, and on the back of the switcher, in the back. They're the back of the ATEM, just all the way in there, nice and snug.
Nice and snug.
Yeah. You might have to come take this seat. I might have to.
Oh, this may have been.
Was it not in all the way?
may have
Okay,
been
give
a
us a
little
back.
loose.
Give us
Yeah.
back. Hey, are you there? Are
Yeah.
we there? Testing.
Yeah.
Testing.
How are we sounding now?
All right, yeah. This one was a little loose.
Testing.
Was it a little loose? All right. How about now, everybody?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
definitely
My
was
wife
loosey-loose.
bumping it. She's at
Thanks,
work.
wifey.
Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah,
Thanks,
good.
cowbell.
Thanks, Go.
Kelly and Harper Jean coming.
Well, thanks
in
for
March.
listening, everybody at work.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the best place to watch or listen. You can just turn us
Right.
on in the background and
Yeah.
just listen to the conversation.
Oh, well, I hope I sound great in the background as I do in the foreground.
You do. Sounds great. Have you considered? Well, I don't know when you'd fit it in,
Yeah.
but you're great at this, like podcasting, talking
Yeah.
stuff. Ever considered adding a podcast to the
Well,
mix?
I just want to host them here. Like, I
Yeah.
just want
You gotta-
people to be here and
Okay.
but this equipment setup.
Yeah. There's
No, you would just do the talking.
Oh man. Oh goodness. Yeah, I talk a lot, so it's actually kind of a fun thing. You kind of put that in my brain a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
I think
maybe.
I can't say that I was the sole reason, but one of the reasons that Dave at Southern Star
Yeah.
decided to start his.
Yeah.
I pushed it. I mean, at least I suggested
Well,
it.
I can see that.
I don't know if he credited it.
Dave and I love Dave. He's so wonderful. Him and I were actually on the tourism advisory board for the city of Conroe together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. So that was a fun thing that we did. Well, I think he's still on the board. Probably, of course he is.
Uh-huh.
And then I was on the board when I was at B52.
Yeah.
So that was pretty great. And then moving down to Houston automatically booted me from a board of a city I don't live in
Right.
anymore. So, but that was a really good connection that we had outside of beer,
Yes.
which is fun, of just bringing people to Conroe. That was something that was really important
Conroe's
to both of us.
Is Conroe still the fastest growing city in all of Texas?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would say they're for sure up there with everything they got going on with Margaritaville and that expansion all the way around the lake and everything that the advisory board is doing to just push tourism in general. It's
Yeah.
so great. And
Now-
then the breweries and the distilleries and the wineries. So
And the meadery.
yeah, and the meadery. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
Now home to 4 or 5 breweries.
Conroe?
Yeah, Conroe, Montgomery. Well, yes, I guess it would be Conroe, but Montgomery County's got more than, if you count, is Cyclers in Montgomery County?
Yes.
Okay, so if you count Montgomery County.
Yes.
But Foss opened up not that long ago,
Yeah.
right downtown.
That was actually something that they presented to the tourism advisory board. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I was kind of in the know about that before
That's
it
cool.
even
And
happened.
then I got the firm
Because
right
it
around the
happened,
corner.
downtown.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the downtown area is cool.
It's really
we
cute.
did a show at the firm. I'm supposed to go to Foss soon.
Oh, good.
Probably in January.
Oh, they're it's so pretty. It's
Yeah.
so aesthetically pleasing, which is something that's, you see everything first. You
Yeah.
experience everything with your eyes first.
Yes. Well, speaking of Jeffrey also on. Hello, Jeffrey. How are we sounding now? Thank you for your technical inputs. We do appreciate it. We didn't ignore you. Jeffrey's our resident. What would you call him? Evil genius. I think so. He's an evil genius, but with homebrewing. You should totally do a homebrewing podcast. That's what he said. He suggested a homebrew.
Oh, of course.
There's
I
not
would
a-
love to.
Yeah. So
I would love to. Well, even just bring me your stuff to try.
there you go.
We can talk beer all day.
Yeah, Jeff makes great beer.
Yeah,
he's
we
really
could talk
good. Yeah, he's-
technical. We could talk art. We were talking all hops and such. And
Yes.
my cousin was in here earlier helping me paint the
Yeah,
wall.
she just left and we didn't say bye. But
Well, She's a
She's just
sneaky
in-
one.
she's in and out like a
She's
ninja, yeah.
sneaky one. Shout out to Mimi. Love you very much. Thanks for helping me with all you do. So she came to help me paint something. We got some projects going on to make it look a little different before anniversary in here.
Yeah.
So Mimi was in here and we were talking, hops and beer and things. And she is a very smart, intelligent individual. Her IQ is way higher than mine. And she turns around, she says, "Y'all are nerds."
I was like, that's such a compliment. Thank
It
you.
was a compliment. I felt so, it was fabulous. It was great.
Hey there, Ed Prescott. How are you, sir? He says, hey. And cheers. Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, Ed.
Cheers, Ed.
Yeah, boom. Yeah, keep us honest on that audio. I think we're good, though. Way to go.
It was definitely a loose
A little loose. Well, there's so many connections.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like Clark W. Griswold with the big ball of lights. We're going to have to go
Yes.
back and check every one. That's kind of the
Yes.
setup.
It kind of is. Well, I'm just glad we could figure out the internet because I'm just not very technical when it comes to.
Well,
the
we
internet.
just stuck it in the wrong. We were putting the in and the out, and you got to put the out in the out instead of the in. And, once you figure it out, that's a common.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be bad at things before you're good at them.
Yeah.
Just in every realm. I'm
Well,
going
as
to
long
say
as-
it. In every realm, you are allowed to be bad at things, and you can continue to be bad at things, so you're good at them. So
Yeah.
just keep trying.
Exactly. And it's, it was before the show. It's fine. We had it all worked out. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in today. From whatever platform you're on. We've got people chiming in on YouTube
Oh, cool.
and on Facebook.
What's up?
And I saw some people on Twitter. So give it the old, I think Twitter you can still do the hearts. I don't know what the hearts give you.
Oh.
You know,
They
you just-
give-
points.
Well,
something.
Well, if they were black hearts, they would like speak to my soul. So
Oh.
there's that.
do you want to get into that?
Oh my gosh. I just brought on the most perfect creature for my black soul, Miss Miranda. She's been in the beer scene for a little bit, quite some time. And I actually ran into her on a real off day for me at Equal Parts. And we sat at the bar and we just got to talking, and it turned into an interview.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, she's now my right-hand lady. I got my right-hand man,
Awesome.
David, Chef David,
Yeah.
just totally kicking ass in the kitchen with food and everything. And then I got this right-hand lady now that's just this tormented emo black soul that is the most sparkly, bubbly creature. I love it. So the commercial of Sour Patch Kids?
Yes.
First they're sour, then they're sweet. And it's that little creature that goes and cuts your ponytail off, and then it's ha ha, and then it's really sad and right. That's my little Miranda.
Okay.
She's so wonderful and pretty great, and she's also a badass in the kitchen too.
Yeah.
So she's learned probably a lot from her culture and upbringing and cooking with her grandma. And
Yeah.
David in the same realm. David was doing all kinds of stuff during pandemic, making birria at home and doing his own little pop-ups that I was very fortunate to snag him up, and his knowledge of beer is just as extensive. And then Miranda's a little beer nerd in herself, so they're a great little pair. And they're both kind of emo, black-hearted, grunge, gothic kiddos, metalheads. Love David's favorite thing is WWE wrestling. It's pretty great. It's
Okay.
hilarious. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. I thoroughly enjoy watching wrestling with him.
Yeah.
Especially when the ladies wrestle. It's my favorite part. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Have you been to the wrestling at Southern Star? It's an all ladies. I forget the name of the league, but they.
I haven't been up
all
there for
ladies
that.
wrestling. They're
That's
good.
so fabulous.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like Glow, right?
It's like Well, Glow was Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling right back
Right.
in the day.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the name of the league.
Hey, someone chime in.
Yeah,
Let
if
us
you know the-
Google it for us.
Yeah,
Whatever. We're
the-
not. I'm
Yeah.
not at my computer
Right.
answering questions.
Real quick, Jeffrey says audio's crisp. And speaking of crisp,
Crisp, what are you drinking? We
we didn't
talk
talk about that.
you.
It's fine. We've got all day.
Thank you for the segue.
Yeah, it's perfect. And just don't drive it off a cliff like the owner, the founder of Segway. Yeah, that's how he died. That's speaking
Oh
of
my
dark
gosh,
heart.
are you serious?
Yeah, he died. He died doing what he loved. Which
I
is
would
true.
say so.
Well, he loved it up until he drove it right off a cliff.
Hey, you don't know. He could still be hanging left up in, wherever, being like, I still totally back this product.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
What are
Dollar
you drinking?
slow pour.
Yeah.
Dollar pills, y'all.
Yeah.
From John and Catherine Holler.
Yeah.
Holler Brewing Company.
Yes.
Houston, Texas.
So I'm actually very, very happy and proud to say that Holler Dollar Pills
Holler Dollar
was
Pills.
the first keg put on tap in this location
Cool.
by John Holler.
Nice.
And it has stayed tap number one for the entire existed since we've been open.
It's a delicious beer.
It is.
It's just crispy, just like our audio.
So it's just like our audio.
And the slow pour. The slow pour is one of those things where you don't appreciate it till you witness it.
Correct.
And take it in.
Correct.
And you have to wait a little longer for your beer.
You do. It's an experience.
And it makes, yes, it is an experience.
It's an experience.
Exactly. That's what it is.
So ultimately, and that's where I think the biggest bartender talent trait is be able to make that 7 minutes somewhat pleasurable.
Yeah.
Right? In the fact that either you're waiting for a beer. So obviously you can easily just offer another beer while you're waiting.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, while you're waiting for that, since it's probably going to take about 7 minutes,
Yeah.
I'd be happy to pour you a half pour of another lager, right, while you're waiting. Or crack you a can real quick. Or take that time to explain why it exists, why slow pour is a thing,
Yeah.
the tradition behind it, what it does to the beer,
Preach it.
and what you're going to experience when you drink it.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it should take about 5 or 6 minutes to explain that, right? Maybe, especially if you flourish it and like say like beautiful words, right? And big words that people are like, "Wow, you sound like a nerd."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, just fake it with confidence,
Yes.
right? Kind of, or just know what you're talking about. That'd be great too.
Just point at me like, you know what I'm saying? And then like just keep
You
going.
know what I'm
when they're-
saying? And they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
You
know
get
what
what
you're
you get
saying.
it? You know what I'm
Yeah,
the-
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the filtration and the amplification of the malt character.
Right. And then I feel like they enjoy it better once they have that experience with you because they get it. They understand it.
Yeah.
Because really, when you start to pour that and a guest that doesn't know what you're doing, one, if you haven't explained, it's going to take some time. Two, they say, what is wrong with that keg? Like, what is wrong? Why is it so foamy? What is wrong with that keg? There must be something wrong with the keg. There must be something wrong with your line. There must be something wrong here. So if you aren't confident with what you're doing, it's going to be bad for everybody.
But when it comes out and presented and you slide it
Oh my
across,
gosh, it's so
it's like,
sexy.
yeah, it really is, right? It's like it's an art, it's a piece of art.
Oh, it's
just,
so good. So we did Small Business Saturday for the Texas Craft Brewers Guild, and we all got about 80 locations had these awesome glassware that someone created and designed for us, and we all shared them on Small Business Saturday. But I asked Miss Miranda to pour a beer for me so I could take a picture for it and promote it. And she chose slow pour. And that, the photo, you guys can go look at it on Instagram and Facebook, all the things. The photo of just that glass and the heady topper at it. And it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool.
it really, yeah, it's like Instagram was made for slow pour beer,
Instagram was
not the other way around. It's like whoever came up with Instagram, I don't know who did it before Zucks got a hold of it. And I call him Zucks because we go
He
way
is
back.
sucks.
Yeah,
He
but
he sucks.
yeah, I don't know who did Instagram before that. I'm sure somebody could Google that. I'm sure.
I'm sure we need our Googlers out there that are sitting
Right.
at their desk.
Speaking of, Tony said he'd take the extra beer plus the explanation. You got it. Come on down, Tony.
Yay!
And Sylvia Benavides.
Yay!
How are you, madam?
What's
I
up?
hope things are well. In
What's up, Miss Beerfed Mother?
Yeah, I'm assuming Pearland today. Or are you on some adventure? Sylvia goes on adventures a lot.
I love her adventures.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's great. Her and I have gotten to do a lot of fun projects here, and that's the great thing about the space is it can be pretty much anything anybody wants it to be, and we're super flexible with the dynamic of what we can offer. Pretty much, we got a bar, we got a kitchen, and you can throw a party.
Yeah.
And so Sylvia actually had the honor of hosting Sylvia's birthday party this year.
Nice.
And she brought in his name is Mr. Jesse. He is the karaoke DJ over at PJ's.
Oh.
And he is out of this world, him and himself. Like, he is just so stellar. So she brought him over here, and all of us got to sing karaoke in here for her birthday. It was so fun. It was so great.
That's
we
cool.
catered some things for her, got some stuff from the kitchen, had her closest friends, a bunch of beer people. Even Bobby from Backpew came out.
What?
Like, that's a sighting.
He got out
right?
of Porter.
That's a sighting, right? So it was pretty cool. It was really fun. And then she also helped me throw Houston Beer Fest. We hosted
Yes.
for August Houston Beer Month. We did a Houston Beer Fest where literally I tried to represent everybody. I really did try. Can't count how many there were, but we tried to represent every single local Houston area brewery, even
That's a
down
lot.
Galveston, all
Yeah.
the way up to Conroe.
What are we at now? What's the figure? Are we over? We're over 50.
Oh, yeah, we're in like the 60, 66, 67. So with these like random pop-ups of some openings and new names turning in their TTBs, and then some home brewers turning professional, like Cranky Britches. I don't know if you guys just saw that.
Wait, what's going on with Cranky Britches?
He's opening a space.
Okay, so Cranky Britches, that was down in, was that Dickinson?
Yeah. Wait, stand by. Okay,
Yeah.
I might be saying the wrong name. I'm so
No,
sorry.
that was, they were open before, right?
He's doing something great.
That's,
He posted something great the other day.
did you know about that?
He posted something great the other day.
Okay.
And so, anyways, with all these popping up, and then even there's a new little collab brewery around the street with Omnivec Brewing and For the Culture Brewing. They're actually partnering out of the same building.
Yeah?
And that's just like right around the corner.
Oh, man, I got so much work to do. When I hear about new breweries, I'm like,
Yeah,
we got work to do.
Yeah, definitely, for
Yeah.
sure. But we've actually sat in here with brewer at Omnivec and talked through that conversation of what she's planning on doing over there.
Really?
Again, so that's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And then For the Culture Brewing is going to be partnering with them there too. And then Frost Brewing opening up, right? So like, I'm thinking we're more in like the 69, but then we buffer down some, and then
Yeah.
we go back up. So
Sylvia says Coastal Star Brewing.
okay,
Who's brewing there exactly? Okay, so he's brewing there.
okay.
And
Cool.
she also
Thank you
says,
for correcting me.
Okay, she also says happy birthday week.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, my birthday's on Thursday.
And Brandon Watson says he loves Star Sailor.
Yay! Thanks, Brandon. Aw. So do you know what Star Sailor is? We've talked about it, right?
We did if
Okay,
you go
cool.
back a
Okay,
year
cool.
ago, but
Yeah.
it's good. It's been a year, so let's
Yeah,
talk about it.
Refresh.
Yeah.
So Star Sailor is the true job title of an astronaut. Astro, star, sailor, nautical. But we actually heard it on a question of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Okay.
At like 4:00 in the morning while we're up like trying to find out like locations and names and all the things. And I immediately thought of a mermaid in space with a pirate ship and all of her boyfriends. That's what I envisioned. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so like, and then I started watching music videos and looking at videos and anything to kind of like aesthetically tie it together. And there is a music video by Macklemore
Okay.
where he's on a pirate ship.
Yeah.
I can sing the song in my head, but I can't say the name of the song. So he's on a pirate ship. He even like starts in the snow. And then is on a pirate ship, and then he's on a back trailer of a pickup truck, and the trailer is a full living room set. That he's just like, it's so masculinely sexy. It's
Yeah.
so fabulous.
Yeah.
And then the Maroon 5 performance of Moves Like Jagger of Victoria's Secret fashion show
Okay.
in 2013.
That sounds almost like too much sexiness to
It's
it.
the other part of it. So it's like the female side of it
Yeah.
with this man side of it all coming together of one brand that is Star Sailor. That's kind of the envision of like the look
Yeah.
of what the room looks like now, for sure.
Yeah. No, I feel it.
Definitely.
I feel like, I don't know.
So normally that TV behind Mr. Mike, I play Victoria's Secret fashion shows pretty often.
Oh.
I
I'm glad. I'm
enjoy it.
honestly, I'm glad you're not right now. It'd be
You'd be a little distracted.
like, y'all.
I love them so much. I used to actually have my birthday party like around the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Really?
And it's about the same time. They do it during Christmas time, like first, second week of December. They haven't done them in many years, and they're actually changing their entire business model and their whole brand and look, which I think is fabulous.
Yeah.
But even just the evolution of the female form that is Victoria's Secret all the way up. And I'm sure there'll be a documentary about it one day talking about it for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a really cool thing to collaborate with like art and fashion and music and events and parties and people getting together and then all the things that lead up to it. And it's just like pure sexy. Like I need a fashion show here myself, like totally.
Yeah. No, I could see it.
I think you could probably do one.
I know I could.
Would you do a raised
I
like
could.
runway, or would
We
you?
very much could. Like we could easily go even all the way, like open the front doors,
Yeah.
go all the way out to here. They could even go around the side and into the back.
Yeah.
And the back would be where everyone gets ready, but they come out that door, oh my gosh, I see it. We're doing it. We're
Josh,
doing
we
it.
need to be there.
Yeah.
Oh no, you'll be invited. First front
Okay.
row. Definitely
Yeah,
tickets
we're
right
pre-
there.
yeah, press, they gotta-
I've been trying. I have a bunch of queens, Houston area queens involved in this space as well. So maybe we'll get like an awesome queen to MC it.
Yeah,
Right, that would
okay.
be great.
Yeah.
And then I have a bunch of Houston area mermaids that have come out of the woodwork.
I was trying to explain this to Kelly before I was. See, there's mermaids that live in Houston.
They're the merpod. They're merpods.
Yeah,
it's a
and they're-
merpod.
Merpod. Okay. Yeah, they're a pod. Like
a pod.
yeah, like that's what you do in the ocean.
They're
Right.
a pod.
pods. You live in pods, and they're there all the time. I don't, And she's like, okay. I was like, I don't know if like she has a waterway up to the back or something. I'll look into it.
We use the U-boat, to be honest, or just carry them around.
Oh, a U-boat.
Literally, they have a decorated U-boat that looks very like sea, covered with like fish nets and seashells and stuff. Like the decorated one.
Yeah.
But that's normally how they kind of travel around from the back of house into here and then be sat on the couch. But it's a wonderful group of ladies and gents that very much just take on a mersona is what they call it.
I get it.
And it's sense. Something that I didn't know existed until now.
Yeah.
And I also didn't even know my name and how that is like Marin being literally of the sea.
Oh, like mariner.
Right.
Okay.
I met a Marin the mermaid and I was like thrown like I was like, wait, what? I was like, your name is Marin? And she said, yes. And I said, my biological name is Marin. Like, what is this? She said, yeah, I was looking for great names for my mersona, and this is what I came up with. I was like, wow, that's kind of oddly flattering, but weird and serendipitous at the same time. Because growing up, I did not like my name at all.
Really?
Just because no
That's
one
a cool
could
name.
say it.
You know what though? You're the only
How
Marin.
would they say it?
Marin, Marina, Marion. Marion, I got a lot.
Yeah.
I got Marion a lot. And then even I won first place science fair in 6th grade.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What was the...
I did a greenhouse effect thing.
Okay.
But we also did where all the plants had different colors of greenhouse. And whatever color grew the most, and actually purple grew better than green did.
Really? What were you growing though?
Just a basic house plant.
Okay.
I was in 6th grade. I don't really remember.
Well, I mean,
but I remember the check. I got $100 check.
Boom.
And they wrote the check to Martin. They totally they made me a boy even. Like, really? And I had to sign. I had to sign it over to pay to the order of Marin. I was like, my goodness, right?
But what did you use that $100 for?
I don't know. This is what I very much remember. What I remember is if I got first place in science fair, I did not. If you placed in science fair 6th grade, you didn't have to participate in science fair in 7th grade. So when I got to 7th grade science, Miss Collins' class, I remember this like it was yesterday. And I said, I don't have to participate in this. She said, oh, are you sure? Because I'm going to say, you do. And I was like, what? That's ridiculous. I fought so hard to get to place last year, so I didn't have to do this. But I was in like pre-AP or something, and she was like, I don't care. You're in a higher level class. You're doing it. And I was like, nope, give me something else. So she came up with a challenge that if I or anybody else in the class, she gave it to everybody. If anybody could memorize and perform the song, gosh, I just remember the words because I can still do it.
Well, okay.
I'm not going to do it right
Zoom that out. No.
I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to do it right now. But it's the chick of the China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick in your brain.
Bare Naked Ladies.
Thank you.
What's the name of that song?
Watching X-Files with the lights on. Yep. I don't know the name of it.
I'm the kind of guy
So what about that?
So we had to memorize it and perform it for the class. And if you could do it word for word, no skip, you didn't have
What's
to
the
do
name of
science
that
fair.
song? It's been 1 day since...
1 week.
1 week?
1 week.
1 month.
Looked
1
at
year.
me.
1 week.
Something since you
yep,
said
1
the-
week. It's
1
been
week.
1 week
Yeah.
since you looked at me. Cocked your head
You
and said,
just had to
sorry.
say it.
I just
it's
had
like
to-
a fast rap. Like a
Yes,
fast
you had
rock
to
rap
memorize it
song.
and perform it.
What year
for the
was
class.
this? That was what?
7th grade.
Yeah, 7th grade.
that
I
was
was in
like-
2001 in 7th grade.
Okay.
It was when 9/11 happened.
Oh, right.
So 2000, right? 2000,
Was that-
2001?
yeah,
I was in
2001.
7th grade. 2001.
Yeah.
I was in 7th grade.
Was that before?
It was-
well, September. That would have been right at the beginning.
It
of
was
the
right
year.
out. It was right out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so everybody's...
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking like when I'm a little older than you, so like when I was younger, probably like 3rd grade.
Okay.
The equivalent to that was that McDonald's song that came on the...
Oh, yeah. The
record.
Big Mac song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
The
2 all beef patties.
Two all beef patties, special sauce,
lettuce, cheese
pickles on
on a sesame seed
on
bun.
a sesame seed bun. I could.
Yeah, that whole
I
thing.
don't know that.
Yeah, they had a record. I remember like an 80.
Mom, chime in. You know this.
It was like early 80s. There was like
Yeah.
they had the
little
coupons
yes.
as the record, and you could put it on your everybody had like that one record player, and it went. Yeah, had it.
special sauce on a sesame bun.
So
Yes. So so the whole thing. So I was the only one in class that did it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody could have done it.
So you got exempt?
I did. I still got exempt.
But you had to do one extra little thing.
I just had to memorize a song I already kind of knew.
Yeah. But you've carried that with, like, how much of that science information would you have had with you now?
So that year I was going to do something silly about like cellular and brain cancer and things. And gosh, my mom would have been really miserable using her dental x-ray machine for me to do something science fair related. So, I was very happy I got out of that one.
Yeah, that's fun. You think about that. Like, I remember doing a speech in speech and drama in high school, like my 10th grade year, about like Gulf War syndrome.
Yeah.
Like you go into these really deep topics as a high schooler or middle schooler or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. It's kind of, I think there's like a stand-up routine about.
I did anything to do nothing in college, in high school, college, every bit of it.
Yeah.
My freshman year of high school in geography, all I did was paint a world map for my teacher, and then I was his office aide for the rest of the semester.
Oh.
I didn't take any and I got out of everything. Like, I literally was like, what can I do for you that I don't have to study?
Yeah.
Like, that would be great. My government and economics class, sophomore year, I was the party thrower every Friday. So I'd bring in queso and chips, and he'd show movies on Fridays.
I feel like that's comes so naturally to you, though.
Well, that's obviously I'm like, I've been, living life in hindsight now of like how I got to this point, and seeing all these little things of just like hospitality, like how can I help you here, so that, and then in trade, I'm not going to take your final. In trade, so sophomore year was the year my brother actually lived in Spain, and I was gone most of the semester traveling to be in where he was. So that was one of the big things. I was like, I'm not going to be here for your finals. I'm not going to be here to do all these things. So what can I do to make sure I get my grade? So I grade papers and organize things and paint whatever.
Yeah.
Make your queso. We actually make the same queso here. It's the same recipe.
Award-winning, grade A, literally.
Yeah. Literally grade A.
Grade A queso.
Literally government economics grade A queso.
Yeah.
Thank you, coach.
There you go.
Yeah.
What did he coach?
Football.
Okay.
Yeah, football coach.
Put some pounds on the lineman.
Totally.
Yeah.
It was great.
That's good.
It was great. So it's all been kind of like coming back together, all these weird little things that, even my name and me growing up, watching Little Mermaid every day, which is a terrible movie. Do not show your children that movie.
My kids just went to see the play.
Oh my gosh. Well, I went after the play. I can imagine being such a beautiful little thing.
They were like, meh.
Really?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said that. But ultimately, I'll probably take my dad anyways, because it's a cute thing that he remembers me as a cute little girl watching Little Mermaid. But when I watched it during the build out of this, because the mermaid came back, I literally, you asked my mom or even my brother. My brother is 7, 8, 9 years older than me. He's older than me. He will tell you we had to watch that movie way too much, right? And when I watched it after being an adult, I called my dad and apologized because there's this one statement where she says, "I'm 16, Daddy. I'm an adult." And I vividly remember saying that to my father when I was 16. And I was in the process of planning to graduate high school early and going to college early.
Yeah.
And that was a big, why? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? You're a child. And I'm like, I'm not a child. I can go to college. Most kids graduated early, stayed at home, and went to community college for a semester.
Sure.
I was like, no, I'm going to school. I'm leaving. I'm moving out. I'm done. Right. So I called and apologized, and I'm like, that is just a terrible representation of how a child should treat her father, and just don't do it, guys. Just don't do it.
He was a little overbearing, though.
Okay, but still,
A little controlling.
be respectful. That's all I'd say.
Be respectful,
Be
but still, he learned,
Obviously, he learned when he was a little shrimp.
Yes.
Poor thing. Goodness.
but in great shape. How old was Poseidon, right?
Great
No, wait, what was
shape.
his name? Was it Poseidon? It's not Poseidon.
Triton.
King Triton.
King
Not
Triton.
Poseidon. That's Poseidon is the
Poseidon
is the
god.
Greek.
He's
Yeah.
the god. He's the
Right.
Greek god.
King Triton is
is the character in
yes,
the movie.
but in great shape.
Great
I mean, I guess
shape.
if you're doing that much swimming, you're gonna be
well,
pretty-
you're using your. I guess it is core. It's all core.
yeah, it's all core.
It's
But he
all
had
core.
the guy just was
It's
just
all core. He was jacked.
yeah. I didn't see a bench press down there in the coral reef. or anything.
Just his Triton. Stick.
yeah, you got that water resistance. He just gets in there and swims against the tide or something, and he's just
Oh, I was in Vegas this last week and working remotely beside a pool. It was pretty great. And this lady was doing water exercises in the pool, and I thought she was drowning. And the lifeguards, I feel really bad for this resort. The lifeguards on the stands were sleeping. So I actually felt pretty bad for this lady. I was like, she's actually drowning. We're screwed because I'm not about to pull out my lifeguarding skills right now. Like,
you weren't going to jump in?
That is not going to happen. If I needed to, I guess I would have, but I probably would have sent the dude I was with. Like, Kyle, go deal with this. Go deal with this.
Jose, he said the Little Mermaid was a brat.
She is such a brat. But I was, okay, guys, you guys know me. I'm a brat already, but I own it.
Yeah.
I totally own it.
Well, there's likable brat. And then there's good for nothing, stinking brat.
Same thing. Like, I wasn't allowed to watch Rugrats because my mom didn't want me to act like Angelica.
Yeah.
You know, that whole thing.
You're on the edge there.
Yeah.
Sweetie. We're going to pull it back.
Like, if you're going to be able to watch Little Mermaid all day, you don't get to watch Rugrats too.
Yeah. There's life decisions that have to be made here, and you've made yours. So we're sticking with this.
I'm doing that every day.
Yeah.
There's life decisions to be made here, and I've made mine. And I'm living it.
It seems to be working out.
Yeah, like I could have just went and got a regular day job, like accepted the general management job at Wiley Roots Brewing Company in June of 2020. But instead, I said, no, I need to open my own bar, but I'll also work with you here full time.
Yeah,
Right?
I want to pay you a compliment because I think you would have flourished in that, or you would have done the job well.
Yeah,
but I think all of us, most here in Houston, would have been. We would have missed something.
I know,
and so
I feel that too.
Yeah.
I would have missed something.
Yes.
Like Houston is my home. Well, ultimately, I've always been a city creature, as I would call myself. My parents live in the Woodlands.
Mm-hmm.
We've lived there since I was 9 years old. They've lived in the same home.
Yeah.
I left and went to college in San Marcos, but ultimately was in Austin the majority of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Then left Austin and moved to Memphis. So I was in the city for
When were you in Memphis?
I was only there from 2014 to 2015 for only 9 months. I was only there for one season of the Grizzlies. Hung out with the Grizzlies for a while, fed all of those people in FedEx Forum. I was part of their food and beverage.
Who was on the team in that? Was that?
That was Pau Gasol years.
Rudy?
Pau Gasol was Shane Battier was in here. When was he in Houston? Because he kind of went back and forth. He was in Memphis for a while.
He wasn't in Memphis when I was there.
Okay, I think he did a tour like his last year in Memphis.
Yeah, Pau Gasol and
Gay?
the
Rudy?
little ones.
His brother was Mark. Was it Mark Gasol?
Yeah, Marc Gasol was not on that team.
Okay.
But they were obviously playing at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rudy
but that was
Gay?
a really cool
Rudy Gay.
event.
He was drafted by. No, we drafted him and traded him to Memphis for Shane Battier. That was what that was.
Oh,
Right.
I don't remember.
Anyway.
I just fed everybody.
Yeah.
I did all the because there was all kinds of other events there too.
Were any of the breweries open then? Wiseacre?
Yeah. So
Ghost River?
Wiseacre,
Ghost River,
that's where actually,
Cotton-
Ghost River was right around the
High
corner
Cotton.
from my house. I actually, hung out there pretty often. Wiseacre Tiny Bomb was one of my first introductions to an actual hoppy lager that I like a lot, a bitter lager, right? Like a true Pilsner, right? Tiny Bomb was that. Their barrel-aged stout stuff is really, really great as well. But I still have a really great friend that just opened up his own brewery in there. It's called Grind City Brewing.
Yeah, okay.
So
I've heard of them.
Actually, yeah. So Mark is one of my great friends. Tyler is. They did that together.
My parents are from Memphis.
Oh,
I grew
great.
up less than an hour from
Oh,
Memphis.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, they were at Ghost River together.
Okay.
And then they left and opened Grind City together.
Cool.
So, and I keep in good contact with them. Send me beer, guys. I've asked. Send me beer. So we could have been drinking it right now.
Yeah,
on
somebody
this podcast.
tag
Tag
Grind City Brewing.
But yes, but there is so they're great. So yeah, so
Hashtag Memphis.
Memphis was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I think I was there long enough to love it.
Yeah.
And not too long to not love it.
Right. I played softball with Jerry the King Lawler once.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I got on base. He was playing first base. He's very passionate about his softball.
Where did you play? Did you play at Redbird Stadium, or where'd you play?
No.
At a park?
They came to Jonesboro, Arkansas. I worked in radio, and so we did it was a charity event with Make-A-Wish. And so the wrestlers did a lot of Make-A-Wish stuff.
Oh,
So
very
it was the
cool.
local celebrities, which I was one.
Yeah.
And then we played the wrestlers, and he was obviously the biggest celebrity.
My favorite story is Roman Reigns
Mm-hmm.
peeing in my hand sink of a concession stand.
Oh.
Say that again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I very much walked into Roman Reigns peeing in my hand sink
Yeah.
in a concession stand.
So the Roman Empire had not taken off. He was just trying to mark a little bit of territory, I
my!
guess.
There was a bathroom right around the corner. Like, it was ridiculous.
He's a large man.
So ultimately, I I'm making my rounds on the floor, and I walk past a bar with 2 female bartenders, and I see through their swinging back of house door someone standing at that window, like just like that, like someone was standing there.
Right.
And I knew there was only these 2 teammates, so I'm like, who is in your back of house? And she goes, Roman Reigns is in here, and I was like, okay. So I go around to the door to get into the concession stand, and there was a bodyguard standing there, and I was like, I work here, and I bust in, and he literally turns around at me with his like junk in his hands and says, oh, hey, and just keeps peeing. And then they ushered me to the front of house, right, to like the front part where the ladies were. And the girls are all so excited. They're like, oh my gosh, what's he doing? I was like, he's peeing in her hand sink. And they were like, what? I was like, y'all have to clean this. Like, y'all gotta clean this up. Like, this is bad. Like, that could shut us down. Like, that is not a good thing at all. So then when I go to the back to like start to communicate with them, like, y'all need to go. He is proceeding to get his hair wet in the same hand sink he just peed in. I was like,
Was this for a WWE event?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. SmackDown. SmackDown was there.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that was always one of my most favorite events to host was WWE wrestlers because they were just so fucking drunk.
Yeah.
So like, and we would just give it because we ordered all their product. We fed them like
Yeah.
same thing, just like we did the team. So we would have all the beers for them, all their 24-ounce cans of Bud Light that they would just smash over their heads outside their rooms and just shotgun 24-ounce cans. And that was before I was in the craft beer world. And Shotgun Friday was like now my normal, or Shotgun any day, Shotgun lunch, right, was now more normal and part of my day. But to see like a huge man shotgun a 24-ounce beer and then crush it on his head, I was like a little bit mortified.
Yeah.
But also like, you're kind of a badass.
Yeah, kind of amazed at the
But
same time.
also, please don't pee in people's hand sinks.
Yeah,
In restaurants.
What is it? Okay, so I had 2 older sisters growing up. Still Magnolias.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's a real gentleman. I'm sure he takes the dishes out of the sink before he pees in it.
I hope so.
I hope he took the dishes
Well,
out.
because there better not be any dishes in the hand sink. Because
That's
not where
true.
dishes go. There's a sign that says don't block the hand sink. And he blocked it with his big old block.
It was a block.
I can't get that vision out of my head. Like I kind of just relived.
Is it
with you guys.
proportionate? He's a large man. Was
Oh
it?
my! I can't. That's why I'm like, and the hand sinks are like, for me, they're tall. Okay, like
How tall is he?
he's probably like 6'8".
He's that big?
He's so big.
He's The Rock's nephew or cousin or something.
Oh my god, he's a quite large guy.
Yeah.
And it's probably literally and I'm like, I can't get out of my head. I just turn around and go, oh hey.
Yeah.
You just hey-ed me?
Yeah.
You just hey-ed. And I'm
Peeing
like,
in my hand
I'm
sink?
like this
Yeah.
tiny little creature with her big old, I was stomping around in heels in that place. And just like, what are you doing? I'm going to put this heel up your ass right now.
Jose says you just got his bodyguard fired. The story coming, but
Good. I hope I got a lot of people fired because that is totally inappropriate and that would shut down the entire arena if somebody walked in on that.
yeah. I went to quite a few wrestling events in Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were crazy. They had a ton of events at FedEx Forum. FedEx
Yes.
Forum's a pretty cool place to see some things.
I'm going to date myself. Before I moved, the FedEx Forum wasn't even open yet.
It was still at the pyramid?
Yeah,
Cool.
I went to see some even before the Grizzlies came to
Yeah,
Memphis.
yeah.
Their first year I think was when I moved, and so at the radio we were giving out tickets and stuff because
Yeah.
nobody wanted to go see the Vancouver Grizzlies in Memphis.
No, not at all.
But they had Jason Williams,
Yep.
White Chocolate.
Cool.
That guy was awesome.
Yeah.
But we went to see a bunch of wrestling.
Yeah,
events.
I got there at year 13 of their season.
Okay.
So of FedEx Forum being
Yeah.
open, because most of my teammates had been there the entire 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it was quite interesting of a project. It was fun though. It was very good. It was a really cool experience. But that job brought me back to Texas.
Okay.
To open the west side of Kyle Field.
I thought they were going to have you do like a hand sink inspector.
That's the health department's job. All right. Like I don't want to see what goes into those hand sinks. Like I already seen one. I don't need.
In your expertise, do you think this could handle the weight of a 6'8" professional
Right.
wrestler relieving himself?
What's so funny is like I just had my handyman come in and stabilize the bathroom sinks because actually like myself has, I'm gonna be very honest here, has gone to try to take a bathroom selfie and I've knocked off a sink in a bathroom because it just wasn't.
Were you sitting
I
on?
wasn't sitting on it. I just like tried to prop myself up to get to like the mirror because the mirror was a real angle and the whole thing just came off the wall. And then, you know
Well,
those little plates that
yeah.
they put, right? So I was able to put it back up on the plate, but all the caulking, like everything was
Yeah.
just like, and I put it back up and I walked out. I was like, bye.
Yeah. I gotta close my tab out
So
now.
ultimately, like things that I have experienced, right? I go in to wash my hands in the restroom here, and I'm like, "Hey, handyman, can you come firm this to the wall because we got an event this weekend. It's my birthday this weekend.
Yeah.
Our mirrors for bathroom selfies are a little weird angles, so I might even use it myself. So you know what? Can you please refix this for me?
Yeah. And now we're solid.
Now we're solid.
There you go.
He's pretty great.
You could do a handstand on that sink.
I'm not gonna, just because.
Could you? That you were a cheerleader.
Yeah. I've all-time cheerleader. That's kind of like where I relate my hospitality and my drive for taking care of people and always just cheering them on. I feel like I've always been cheering for the boys. Like that's literally what I've been doing forever. That's kind of where the craft beer start of my life came into, of like always cheering for the boys. I was always the only girl in groups of men talking beer, drinking beer, brewing beer, whatever, since I've ever gotten into craft beer. So I've always been just like rooting them on and just like, I don't really know what you're doing, but this is really, really cool. And you got this, and only 2 more minutes for the whirlpool, and we can dry hop in a week, whatever. Like we're just, and then we'll try it.
I want to go brew now.
See, exactly, right? Like it's like countdown for the boil. Yeah. Let's transfer. Woo! So ultimately, I'm just always cheering for something, which then comes with like doing handstands and yoga was a big thing that I did after cheer life. So just staying flexible and mobile and such. The patio is great for yoga, so we should host classes on that patio.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty great. That patio extension out front has been really helpful. We do have intentions to top it. Right now it's currently not enclosed. But the top would be to top it, add some lights to it, some fans, some more TVs, make it so that you can rent it out and it rain and it be okay.
Yeah.
But we have all kinds of fun things that we can do with the space.
Have you ever partaken in goat yoga?
Yes.
I have.
Do you not remember that we had 3 goats at B52?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Now I remember.
I have partaken in a lot of goat things.
The whole Roman Reigns story kind of rattled the memory.
Yeah. We had 3 goats at B52 Brewing. We had 2 pygmies and 1 little black baby. It was super cute.
Yeah.
And pretty much my biggest thing about goat yoga is I don't really want to get shit on. And
it's mostly grass.
well, you can't.
Pellets.
You cannot.
Wipe it off.
You cannot predict it.
Yeah.
You never know, and they don't know it. Actually, goats don't know when they're shitting.
I believe it.
They just don't. They don't know.
Yeah.
It's just it happens, right?
That's why their eyes are so wide.
And I think I might be a little bit traumatized from mucking a pen at my job for a while. Yeah, we had goats.
Say that again.
Mucking a pen
That's when
at my
you
job.
shovel the
where
hay.
you muck.
Yeah,
That's
clean.
my country coming in.
Yeah.
Because I did have a farm in Kilgore as a child. My grandfather did. So
Is there a brewery in Kilgore?
I haven't been in a long. I bet you there is now.
Yeah.
We actually sold the farm when I was 16. I went to Kilgore Rangerette camp every summer up until I was 16. And then we sold the farm when my grandfather passed. But ultimately, I wish I was 18 when he passed, because I would have taken it over. We had 130 acres in Kilgore.
Oh, wow.
I would have totally made it into like an event thing. The front house could have been for like sleeping. We could have put like a chapel on it for weddings and things. We could have put a brewery on it. Oh man, I wish I still had that land out there. But I have 2,000 square feet in Houston instead.
It's pretty close. I mean, it's it's different.
It's very different.
But
it's very because
pound for pound.
The marketing project of getting people up to B52 that I had, would probably be the same conversation as the marketing project I had up at over in Kilgore, right?
Oh, hey, thanks, man.
Are you gonna fill it for us?
Yeah, are you gonna pour beers?
Are you sure? Yeah. Will you do me a favor and go grab us 2 cans from that cooler over there?
Or 3.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah, there are 3. Yeah.
Yeah, just put it on the 2 shot. And
Okay. So
we'll fill from here.
So the cooler over there behind the bar. There is many. Yeah, down there. There you go.
What is Vark Tech?
Vark Tech. Oh, is that the brewery in?
Oh,
is that a brewery in Kilgore? Is that what you're telling us?
No. It's Emma and.
Okay. Hi, Emma.
Yeah.
Hi, Emma.
It's a capital like Virginia RK
Okay.
Tech.
Okay.
Is that? Nothing?
I don't know.
I don't know
What is
either.
she saying? Emma, like Emma that works at Eureka Heights, Emma now?
Emma McBride.
Let me
Here
see.
you go. Yeah, check that out.
What is your last name, Emma?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not in
I
all
don't think
the lingo.
that's Emma's last name.
Maybe they're shouting at each other.
Maybe.
Like, hey, is anybody else from...
Hey, Carol Andrews, Varktech. Hey,
Maybe-
Emma McBride, Varktech.
Yeah, I don't know what that
That's
means.
kinda cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I'm glad people are
Gosh,
meeting
you're
up
right.
on our
Little
chat.
Mermaid was such a brat. Gosh.
Oh,
Oh, yay.
you've got a smorgasbord. What would you like? Or you still got some left?
Oh, it's okay, though. Can I take the Primus, please?
Oh, yeah. The Weizenbach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got... What'd you get, Mike?
You can pick one.
Take a leftover.
You'll
No,
take
no.
a leftover.
So we got Smash and Grab.
Well, we'll open them all, and then he can grab one.
and Zero
Box Given.
Who's this from?
Fullbrook.
Oh, Fullbrook.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they
okay.
just started putting some
Yeah.
things in cans.
Do you want IPA or do you want Buck?
And then Smash and Grab, which he's taken from us, is from Legal Draft.
Yeah. They're in Arlington?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Taylor is the local area Houston rep
For Legal
Draft.
Okay.
She actually hosted music bingo for us.
Okay.
So we brought in a couple of different products from Legal Draft.
Mm-hmm.
The Smash and Grab, which is a really nice Smash IPA, single malt, single hops.
Yeah.
And it's quite tasty. And then we brought in one of their Gozas, and then we brought in their lager on tap. We have Nowhere But Texas on tap as well.
Okay.
So that's pretty fun. And then Zero Box Gibbon
Yeah.
from Fullbrook.
I just had their blueberry
Blueberry Cream Ale.
cream ale.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
It was
We had
very
that on tap for a minute
blueberry.
too.
It's very blueberry.
Very blueberry.
Like fresh blueberries.
Very fresh.
Not like candy. It's like I like that. I like fresh blueberries. So
People don't call me right now.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
hit her up in the
Hit me up in the
chats.
chat.
Yeah.
It's probably a someone making me pay a bill
Never mind.
because that's what business ownership is.
You're,
it's just
whoa. You're-
ultimately paying bills.
Your car's warranty is up. It's somebody from West Texas is calling to talk to you about your car warranty. I get those
Probably
calls
my
all the
car
time.
warranty's been out because I've never had one.
Yeah.
So there's that. But are you all getting just a bunch of random
time.
all the time? Okay.
From West Texas. It's always from, like,
So I shouldn't feel
Lubbock or
so
something.
terrible about not answering any phone call that comes across.
If they
if I
need you,
don't
they'll
know who it
text you or
is.
leave a voicemail.
Right, that's what I say. Okay, cool. All right,
Yeah.
as long
Don't
as
answer it.
as long as I'm in the same boat.
Somebody got the list somewhere.
Well, I feel like as a business professional and as somebody that's opening a new brand,
Yeah.
I feel I need to be accessible in all the ways, but I don't.
I always like text or message whomever
Yeah.
to. Do you have time for a phone call?
Right,
Yeah.
and like prepare them for it too.
Yeah.
Like, hey, give me a call when you have a second.
Yeah.
Here's my number. Right. Yeah, I like that. See this new etiquette that we all
Yeah.
got of communicating because
Yeah.
there's so much bullshit
'Cause
communication out there.
You're right. I don't mind. Like anybody can message me. You message me at 3 a.m. I'm fine with that. I might not see it till when I wake up at 5.
Right.
But
I'll probably see it. My life is swapped like completely. Owning a bar is like totally changed my time.
do you sleep at all?
I try.
You're like a solid 3.5, 4.
Yeah. Because I try to get up and do business work during business hours.
Yeah.
Get all my admin stuff done. Get marketing stuff done. Promo, PR, everything that I'd be sitting at a computer doing.
Your social is great. Like your
Thanks.
Instagram
Thank
is
you.
always entertaining. Like whenever
Thank
you post a
you.
video and the dancing around and all this stuff, I'm always like, all right, what did Marin do today?
I got bored, so I danced for you a little
Yeah.
bit, right?
And I'm always like taking notes. Like, all right, maybe I can start dancing. And then
You definitely can.
You should.
Well, that's where. So it's so funny because Miranda will play with me. Like Miranda will have so much fun with me.
Yes.
She will dance around with me. David, I haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
And I try. Like he'll do great things like in the kitchen, right? And he'll like pose with his burger, and
Sure.
he'll take really great photos for me. But I'm trying to get him to do a reel. And I have like some super easy ones that the other day we had one going and ready, and he was like, "I gotta go, I gotta leave. I'll be back in a little bit." He literally left. He left the building while me and Miranda made one. And when we were done, like the second we were done, he showed back up. I was like, How did that work? How did that work out for us? Like I don't understand. But yeah, so social has always been something that like marketing in general is what I do.
Yeah.
As I have done for a very long time. Anything to get people to come where you are, buy your products, whatever it is. So that's a big thing that I help with at Wiley Roots is they have a wonderful marketing manager. We have a wonderful marketing manager that I just kind of bounce off ideas with.
Yeah.
And I feel even having that role over there helps me grow my social over here. So her and I can go back and forth and we can see how her platform responds and how my platform responds.
Yeah.
And really, there's something going on with all the algorithms that we're still trying to figure out
Yeah.
with if you're labeled a brewery and you're promoting about beer, what Instagram's doing to your posts. But if you're a bar and you're promoting about beer, what Instagram is doing to your posts.
Is it, and it's different?
It's very different.
Okay.
And the algorithm, like most of the time, their posts sometimes get removed because
Bars do or breweries?
breweries.
Why?
Breweries do. We're trying to figure it out. We can't figure it out yet. Hey, it's kind of full.
I just dribbled.
Wow, I'm glad they gave you a full can.
Yeah, no, it's all got on the can. It's all just on the cables. It's fine. It's fine. And in my beard. This caught most of it, actually.
That's what
Oh, is that me right there? Don't. Can you get
Isn't
off?
that what beards are
Get
for?
off the dribble shot.
It's just the like
We were talking basketball earlier. I don't want to.
dribble. I was a little dribbler when I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
For the high school team in Los Alamos, New Mexico.
Oh.
I was a little dribbler, and at halftime and little quarter breaks,
Is
we'd
that
go
the-
out and shoot free throws.
Is that the University of New Mexico?
Oh my gosh, it was the high school.
Los Alamos is where they do the horse racing, right?
Los Alamos is where they do the lab and all the the labs
like
out
COVID,
there.
like the
The Los Alamos lab.
Oh.
That's like kind of scary.
yeah. Oh, with all
Kinda
like the
weird.
they have one in Galveston too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
with
think
all
it's
like
same
the
kind
crazy
of,
diseases.
Yeah, same kind of concept.
Like if one of them got out, it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I was born in New Mexico, in Hobbs, New Mexico.
What part of the state is Hobbs?
Hobbs is 5 miles away from Texas on the border, like kind of southwest of Lubbock.
Okay, what's the crossover? When we drive out to like Taos,
Yeah,
we go to Taos.
yeah.
What is that? Is it not
Alamogordo?
Mahia? Temexia? I don't know.
Okay,
It's
can we
one
relate
of
back
those-
to the fact you guys remember that in my geography in high school I drew a map and didn't take class. So my geography is terrible. But I know how to get through Seminole to Hobbs.
Clovis?
Up Clovis. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Clovis.
I was born in Hobbs, which is 5 miles away from Texas.
Okay.
I always tell people I got to Texas as soon as I could, but if Texas was still its own country, I would have been born in Texas.
Oh, okay.
So, that whole little map thing over
Yeah.
there. So I'm very kind of crazy about it. And it's funny because my parents will tell you I didn't want to move to Texas. I told them I would never say y'all. When I was 8 years old, I said I would never say y'all. I say y'all more than I say fuck. Like, and that's a lot if everyone knows me, like for real. And even Dad will probably cringe whenever he says that because he knows it's true. But started in Hobbs life, and then we moved to Santa Fe for a couple of years,
Okay.
and then went up to Los Alamos, which is Taos area.
Yeah.
It's just north of Los Alamos is north of Taos.
Okay, so that's
kind
like
of catty corn.
How's that not in Colorado?
I know, right? It's pretty close.
Yeah.
It's very close.
They
to
wedged it in
Colorado.
there.
So we lived actually just a couple of miles from the ski hill in Los Alamos.
Okay.
And every Wednesday we had half days, so you could take a bus from school and meet your parents at the ski hill.
Yeah.
And so we would take the bus up there, and my parents would ski. I was not a skier.
Yeah.
I am not a cold person at all. Like, I try not to go to Colorado in December. It was a sight to see Marin in Colorado in December. It's too cold for me.
Yeah.
So I'm more of a lodger. I'm a sit and
Yeah.
drink and
Hit me up the hot tub.
give me a cinnamon roll and some hot chocolate. And now as an adult, give me a hot toddy and I'm set. But when we moved to Texas, my mom had to call my school and say, "Hey, do we have half days Wednesdays?" And they were like, "Hell to the no." We work here. We
Yeah.
do things full time all the time. So it was a fun adjustment moving to Texas for everybody.
So you moved from New Mexico to where? To
The
Kilgore?
Woodlands.
Oh, to the Woodlands.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say if you move somewhere like out in West Texas, like Lubbock or something, that's so
Right.
flat. Like compared to
Yeah.
the mountains that are not that
Oh,
far away.
Right.
It is
Oh,
so
it was so
flat.
mountain. Well, even just learning the adjustment of breathing and my mom used to pay for perms in New Mexico. Pay for them. And then she moves to Texas. She's like, "Why did I pay for this? I do not want this crazy anymore."
big
right?
hair.
The big hair. Even just doing my hair, trying to figure out all the products to do my hair in high school. Because I have, you guys see, it's like a curly. This is not me doing anything to it. But I always wanted it board straight. Board straight. And humidity does not warrant board straight hair for me in any way.
Yeah.
So I would walk into school from blast the AC in my car, make it real cold in my car on the way to school, and then wear a hood tight as possible and get to the AC as fast as possible, and then not go outside for the whole day.
Okay.
That was what I had to do to make sure my hair stayed
You had like a
straight.
humidifier in that hood with you.
Pretty much. So it was a very big different change for everybody coming over here for sure. But my brother, again, like I said, he was a senior in high school when
Yeah.
we moved to Texas, and he got to choose where he wanted to play soccer. So he was appointed to West Point for college. So he got to, oh my gosh, the Shih Tzu's here?
Yeah, that's Henry.
Oh, hi, Henry. Oh, I guess Henry heard us calling.
Yeah, he was on the gram, and he's like, well, I was going to do some posts, but I guess I'll just head on down to
You guys are
Star
the
Sailor.
cutest stinking things ever. Can you join me on the couch? Get over here. Come on, both of you.
No, she doesn't want to be.
Okay, that's fine. That's all right. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Y'all
come
are
on.
just super cute.
Come on, Henry.
I just wanted to see
Don't-
your salty shirt. What do you say? Don't be salty. Hi, Henry B.
Is that a Port Aransas shirt? We were just in Port Aransas, and they had the whole keep it salty thing. Hey, what's up, Henry? He knew me. He didn't even say hi.
My gosh. This ultimately just made my day. Thank you so much.
Yeah, he's a chill. He's been on a numerous podcasts, hasn't he?
Hi.
Is he?
See,
No,
we're
he's done.
very puppy love and friendly and great. Bring your babies.
Yeah.
It'd be one. Oh, thanks for saying hi, Henry. That was
Yeah,
very
not
sweet
that he's
of you.
spoiled or anything.
Do you see his bow tie, guys?
Yeah.
You guys saw? He's so dapper.
He is.
Such a dapper little creature.
Yeah, he's got a way about him.
Oh, well, and you're cute too, Ma. Like, I know people are like, oh, I look at the dog all the time. Oh, but you're adorable. Like your earrings too. They're perfect for this space, all starry and glittery, right?
Did you do that on purpose, or is that just serendipitous?
She got ready,
Yeah.
okay, and she looks cute.
Yeah.
And that's and look, your shoes match my sunglasses. Look at us. Love it, love it, love it. When it all ties together, you know, it just like makes for a great day.
Absolutely. Yeah, a great day. Speaking of great days, if you want to have a great day, come to Star Sailor.
Yeah.
You open at 3.
We open at 3
7
currently.
all-
Yeah, 7 days a week right now. Start the first of the year, Saturday and Sunday. We're going to open at noon.
Okay.
So we will extend hours a little bit come the first of the year. But we're here 7 days a week. The kitchen's open 7 days a week.
We haven't even talked about the kitchen.
I know we haven't talked about food at all.
Let's talk a little about food
The
before
food. So we're known for our smash burgers. Chef David, first day we fired up that grill back there. He smashed a burger on it, and he taught me how to smash a burger.
God bless him.
And it has been nothing but great success for the brand and for, you know, other execution realms. We actually have been able to take our smash burgers on the road.
Cool.
And able to do pop-ups with our smash burgers.
Cool.
We have a full catering license. We have a full catering kitchen. We can do full-blown caterings at your house or here,
Yeah.
or at other breweries or at other
What's
places.
your limit? How far out will you go?
Well, it really depends on what me and David are doing.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily how far out, because we do a lot of bar services as well.
Okay.
I have a carrier's permit too, so I can take product anywhere in the state of Texas.
Uh-huh.
So I actually did a wedding in Pflugerville.
Oh, okay.
Where we did the bar
Yeah.
portion of the wedding. We staffed it.
Cool.
Great bartender friend of mine over in Austin worked the event for me.
Cool.
And then we stocked the bar and hosted an event there. So obviously, you know, money kind of talks.
Yeah.
So we drove all the way out to Pflugerville.
funny how
But
it
we've
does that.
actually we've done 4 weddings this year
Okay.
as the bar side of it, which has
Yeah.
been pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
And then we did a couple of holiday parties. We were the bar at a couple holiday parties already. So any way that we can grow the brand, get some, you know, people knowing that it exists out there. We've done the Michelada and Mimosa Bar at a couple of events in the
Yeah.
Heights.
Okay.
We did the holiday home tour just a couple of weeks ago.
Cool.
Where we just popped up a little bar and served some mimosas and
Nice.
micheladas, and they had a band at the gazebo
Yeah.
and another little pop-up with some food. And
How cool would your party be if, like, Star Sailor's going to be there?
that's the point.
I mean, how cool would that be? You're gonna have it like.
But
you know,
even so, because what's cool about it is we can tailor your menu. Like, it's a whole different world being on the retail side versus being on the brewery side. So, for instance, being on the brewery side, operating B52 for as long as I did, so many questions from our retailers. Can you get me this? Can you get me this? May I have this? Can we have this event? Can we have pint night? Do you have gift cards? Do you have donations? Do you have glassware? Do you have a banner? Do you have flyers? Now I can ask everybody those questions, and they can help support me,
Yeah.
support their brand,
Yeah.
right? And then we can really just collaborate in all of the items to create a really tailored menu.
Yeah.
And not only do I have access to all beer, I have access to wine, I have access to cider, I have access to meat, I have access to seltzers, I have access to the laundry list of distributors that ultimately you can hand pick what you want, and I will bring it to your doorstep and help you throw a party. Right?
That's the coolest.
It's really cool.
That's super cool.
So even like if you need a keg for your kegerator, you can hand pick from the portfolio. Like I will let you pick. You can pick whatever keg you want, and I will get it for you, and I will help you hook it up if you want to.
Yeah.
You know? So it's our licenses that we have. We literally got everything under the sun.
Yeah.
We have every license as a big brewery except the BP part. So I'm
Yeah.
a BG, but I don't have a BP yet.
Okay.
An FB for food and beverage, a late night permit, and a carrier's permit.
So, would you ever consider making beer here? Yes. And that's just a matter of just doing it. It doesn't matter the batch size, right?
It's just doing it.
Okay.
I'm being on the DL because there's some things
Yeah.
coming into play.
Okay. Well, you may or may not have heard it here first, but you totally did.
You totally did.
Yeah. So.
But it's something, me having my direct connection with the brewery I work with full time
Yeah.
kind of helps for some things. And
Yeah.
we have about
It's good to know
1,000
people.
square feet of a kitchen that isn't being used.
Oh.
That's already deemed fit a kitchen, by Harris County.
Yeah.
So really it's just TTB.
Yeah. And you got the hand wash sink in place.
I do.
Roman Reigns, you stay far, far away.
Roman Reigns.
You don't reign in here, bro.
You don't get to reign in
away.
here. Oh my
No.
gosh, if he walked in this door,
You keep your golden showers to
no,
yourself.
I
sir.
would ask him to pay me a lot of money, and then I would show him the restroom, pour him a beer,
Yeah.
treat him like a wonderful guest.
I'm sure he's a nice fellow.
And then whenever he left, I would say, please tell me you haven't peed in anybody else's hand sink. I hope you learned your lesson.
Yeah.
I hope you learned your
Well,
lesson.
it could have been. Were they staging something for him to do a run out?
No, dude, no. Like, literally, like, from the distance of a hand sink to the nearest private bathroom was less than 100 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you
that's-
see what I'm saying?
I do see.
A
What you mean.
private bathroom. I'm not
Yeah.
talking like the public one, like
Right.
a private, like, stall.
Yes.
Yeah.
And okay. So no excuse.
No excuse.
He was just.
He was just, and he maybe saw the
Throwing
girls
his
in
weight
there
around,
because
yeah.
they were super cute.
Yeah.
But like my bartenders, the whole team in Memphis was so great.
Mm-hmm.
Like Laquita and LaDasha and all my girls that I still keep in touch with.
Yeah.
Pretty great. But ultimately, it's just a crazy story. Like,
Yeah.
I just can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it. And you guys know I'm loud, and I'm like all about protocol, and I'm all about checklists. So a lot of people heard about it.
Yeah.
A lot of people heard about it.
I feel like there's something about Memphis though that can bring the. I need to relieve myself in public.
The grit. Oh, the grit. I say Memphis made me. Like
Yeah.
Memphis made, and that's another brewery, Memphis made.
Yeah.
I feel Memphis made me hard. Like Memphis made me like grit and grind. I was 23 when I moved to Memphis.
Yeah. What was your favorite barbecue place there? While you were there, or do you?
Because even sitting down at a barbecue place, you say, "I'm from Texas." They say, "Don't eat the brisket."
Yeah.
They'll tell you.
Yeah.
They're like, "Don't eat it."
Exactly.
Like the owner of, because right down the street, I think, is it Corky's or Porky's?
Corky's.
Corky's is right down the street from my house.
Yeah.
But the original Gus's Fried Chicken
Yeah.
was literally right down the street from my house.
Yeah.
So I hung out there way more than it's Corky's, right?
Corky's, yeah.
Yeah. So Corky's, the owner of Corky's, was the one that was like,
Yeah.
I want you to eat pork nachos and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all he would let me eat there.
the ribs. Did
all
you
he would
prefer-
let me eat there was pork nachos. He was like, I don't want you eating anything else. I was like, you really?
Which one was the name that was right across the street from the minor league, the stadium?
Oh, you're
there?
talking
from
about
Redbird Stadium?
Rendezvous.
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 Yeah.
Rendezvous. That's how I remember
been
to
there-
spell it.
yeah, they've
That's
been
the
there
one that we
forever.
went to.
Yeah, so of course,
That's the
I
touristy
hope
spot.
that's where you went,
Yeah.
right? Like that's where you should go.
Down
Did
in
you
the
guys,
basement?
Did you guys stay at the Peabody? Or
No,
go
Or
see
you
the
at least-
ducks?
yeah, at least
or
go
go
see
see
the
the
duck.
ducks at the
Yeah.
Peabody?
No.
Oh, I missed.
Did you go to
Memphis.
Graceland?
We were walking. We had barbecue, and then we went actually to
Did
Cotton,
Cottonwood.
High Cotton.
High Cotton.
Yeah.
High
Cotton was
Cotton.
here.
High
High
Cotton
Cotton.
was the first Oktoberfest I ever went to. It was such a great experience. It was so fun. I still wear one of their. I have one of their tank tops still that I wear pretty often. And you know that big neon sign that says beer in their building, like right behind the tap room. It just says beer.
It's
That's
been some
what's
years
across
since
the
we
street.
went there.
It's been how long? A year.
A year and how many beers?
Well, and a lot of
Right
beers.
before.
That's what I say. Like people are like, I feel like I've met you before. I've seen you. I'm like, it's been a lot of beers in between.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know, we
Memphis
had
is
lot
a party spot, though. People get down.
Loved it,
Yeah,
loved it.
I loved it, and that's why I feel like it was such a. I worked a lot. I worked a lot there. Working food and beverage in an arena is a whole nother world of working in general. When I opened Kyle Field, west side of Kyle Field, I worked 100 days straight.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not even talking like a couple hours one day and then off. I'm talking a full 12, 13 hours for 100 days straight.
Wow.
I was one manager of a department of 900 people, and 700 of them were volunteers, over 50 nonprofit groups.
That's a lot of work.
A lot of work. I had one staffing coordinator that took care of the teammates, actual teammates. I had 200 international kids. Because you go to A&M, who wants to work a football game?
How's your Mandarin?
Terrible. And I mean non-existent.
Yeah.
So I had Asian babies, I had African babies, I had Indian babies, and they were so wonderful. It was such a new experience. And what was really cool is we were able to give them all their first jobs in America.
That's cool.
And get them their social security numbers.
Yeah.
So ultimately it was a really cool experience to just, and I still follow a lot of them. They're all like getting married and having babies and like living their cute lives in America and going back home to like India and seeing their families. And, they're all doctors now.
Yeah.
And like, it's so cool. And they used to work in my concession stands at A&M. But they were the hardest working people, always have been. But like, you couldn't get a one of me to work a football game.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't going to happen. Like if I was going to school there, I was going to party my ass off. Like I was not going to want to work a football game. There was only 7 of them.
Yeah.
And that's what's so funny when my, the boss that moved me there, that convinced me to move back to Texas to open A&M as only 5 managers opening this 109,000 person food and beverage space.
Yeah.
Okay. And out of the 5 people, like that was head chef. That was our main boss. That was the suite coordinator. That was the inventory guy. And that was the concessions person. Like, that was it. That's all we had. It took us 2,000 people to staff and run that whole entire property.
That's a lot.
And there's 5 of us to manage it, right?
I feel like that there's a road trip and a show in the works with all.
Oh my gosh, I would love to do that because it also translated then when I left and went to B52, we went back and sold beer in College Station.
Yeah.
So, and like even volunteering at Blackwater Draw and like everything that College Station kind of was, but also how it like totally broke my working 100 days straight at 17 hours a day. Oh my God, it was a mess. I lived in a tiny home, 500 yards from Kyle Field.
Oh.
Literally a 300 square foot home, 500 yards from Kyle Field. I didn't have a car. I had a Kawasaki. Their Kawasaki, like their 6-seater, that was my car. But when the boss moved me back, he said, it's just football. Like all you got to do is 7 games. That's it. I'm a Texan. I know better.
Yeah.
It's not just football. It's every sport that exists on a college campus. I was their food and beverage. I was every concession stand. And the nicest concession stand I had was at Equestrian.
Oh.
That was 5 miles away from my office.
Okay.
Right? So my Kawasaki was literally, it was the money. Like I was the bank. I was all the supplies. I'd be carrying hot dog buns and CO2 and bagging boxes and a teammate. Like, Rashid, let's get in. Let's go. We're going all the way across campus and you're going to work this equestrian event while we have a football game going on. Yeah. But also while football was happening, so was volleyball. So was track. So was soccer. And then after that season was softball, baseball, and basketball. Yeah. But Reed Arena had its own, like Reed Arena was a little mini FedEx Forum. It had the circus. It had concerts.
Rodeos.
It had rodeos. Like I got to hang out with an elephant in my loading dock at A&M. Like it was kind of the coolest, saddest thing at the same time.
Yeah.
But it was really sweet. It was cute. So that was an experience all in itself. And I worked there for another year, but I lived in College Station for another year after that. So my first year at B52, I was driving back and forth on 105.
Yeah.
An hour is exactly 60 minutes from my tiny doorstep of 300 square feet to the 6 acres of land of B52 Brewing.
Yeah.
But my parents, again, living in the Woodlands, I ended up kind of moving in with mom and dad a little bit, you know, and stay halfway every now and then. It was closer to go to the Woodlands than to College Station, especially if I had like a big event at B52, and I was hanging out there. So College Station was a whole thing in itself. Oh, Dixie Chick, my favorite favorite was literally just being down in downtown and being like, I don't want to party with all these kids, so I'm gonna kick everybody out and buy a bar tab, and I'm gonna party in this place by myself for a minute. So y'all, and now what's funny is now it's the complete reverse. Like now people want to be around people again, right? Like when they go somewhere and it's like dead, I'm like, back in the day I was paying for people to leave this building so I could party by myself and have a private event, right? Now I have to be like, hey, look, you have like your own private event. You're here doing your own thing. This is so cool. And they're like, we're the people. I'm like, stop it. Invite your friends then, damn it.
Yeah.
What, am I not good enough? Gosh, chopped liver over here.
You're anything but chopped liver.
Well, thanks.
But if you were
But I really do enjoy liver and
I was going to
onions.
say, if you were chopped liver, you'd be like gourmet style.
Yeah, no, liver and onions was something that on the farm back then. Yeah,
Yeah.
I tell you, my grandmother makes really, really good liver and onions.
I've
Rest her soul.
tried it once. But
Rest her soul.
Wasn't my-
But it was our butchering. It was
okay.
our off our land,
Yeah.
off of our grain.
That's
and
a whole
just
nother
something
level.
something
Yeah.
about that is just so fulfilling.
Man, I feel like we've gotten deep on getting to know you today. This is great.
Well, like I said, I was like, I'm kind of an open book.
Yeah.
I'll literally tell you the whole story of how I got to this point.
Yeah.
Like people ask me how I do it all the time, and really, I just want to stay positive. It's just positive. I try to not let anything get in my way, let things get me down. Ultimately, that's a cost that I can't afford.
Yeah.
I really can't. So we just keep fucking going around these parts.
There you go. Put that on a T-shirt, Mike.
I have it on a bracelet.
Huh?
Keep fucking going.
Just keep fucking going.
Keep fucking going.
Yeah.
I have it on a bracelet. My dad was like, you literally bought something that says fuck on it.
Yeah.
But he didn't say fuck because
Yeah.
he doesn't say that ever.
He said the F word.
Oh, I think he said it to me one time and it was like, I was in trouble.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, that's...
And that was probably like a week ago.
As a dad, you need that go-to
Yeah.
place. If you go there, then it's not there anymore. So you need that place where like the eyes go big. Oh, he just said that, or he just did that.
Well, he does this little quiver, this little like lip quiver.
Yeah.
Of like,
I do teeth gritting and my head shake.
yeah, like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too much fun.
Like, and I grit my teeth while
That's
I talk.
too much fun.
Yeah, it's like you stop it now.
Yeah.
Why isn't your mouth moving? Because you're in a lot of trouble.
Oh my gosh. Well, my cousin was just telling me she started growling. Like, did you hear her say
Mm-hmm.
that? She just started growling like it is, she's talking about, I knew his name just a little bit ago. We were talking about Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
And how Mr. Tart, it is Tart. It's Jamie Tart, isn't it? No, it's not Jamie Tart. It's the other guy. It is the other guy. He just grunts all the time. He's angry. He's crabby. He grunts. He's dating the cute chick that does all the PR.
Do y'all watch the show?
Y'all watch the show. Y'all need to watch the show.
It's on Apple, right?
It's on Apple.
It's on
TV.
the list.
Okay, so ultimately, I cry through the whole thing. So if you're like something that cries it,
Ted Lasso?
yeah, because it's just so. I cry at commercials. Okay, you know the Folgers commercial where he comes home for Christmas. I cry at that every time. Like I can't.
Same every year, man.
Right? So like,
can't help
and I get it from my father. I'm gonna be honest. My dad is a sap, like completely, right? So we'll be sitting watching. We'll look at each other like, okay, good. I'm glad you're crying too, because this is like ridiculous what's happening. But Ted Lasso is just one of those feel good things. Like he's ultimately just like the most positive creature that just doesn't give a fuck about what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
And he really doesn't know anything about soccer, but he knows about creating a culture. And that's not for us. It's going to the medical supply. You're okay.
Oh.
We got a lot in our strip center.
Yeah.
We're like one of a bunch of different businesses. Next door to us is a hair salon. They're actually pretty great. The
Yeah.
next door to that is a medical supply. The next door to that is a state farm. The next door to that is my nail salon where I get my nails done. And then next door to that is a tax preparer. So they're not open like at all ever
Right.
except during tax season. They put a guy dressed up as a Statue of Liberty on the street. They're one
Okay.
of those.
Yeah.
And then next to that is where the old Spot used to be, the Spot Club.
Yeah. Okay.
So she shut down and decided not to open back up whenever I moved in.
Yeah.
And she actually moved to another location and opened her second Spot Club. But they're actually gutting it and renovating it to be able to rent it out. And I have some ideas of how we could expand in just the strip center itself.
Yeah.
I do not have a liquor license. That is one thing that would halt first beer shares.
Right.
Like that would immediately negate me being able to host anybody having a beer share.
Yeah.
And that is something that I feel has been a lost art at watering holes. Like an actual organized beer share of like what that means. And so there's actually a sign in the bathroom because what happens is we'll have beer shares in here and a general public guest will come in and say, what the hell is happening in here? Why are there bottles everywhere? Are there people with coolers? What is going on? Like, what do they buy beer from you? Right. And that's the number one thing. Like, spend money at the bar and you can pop your own bottles here. Right. Because I got to pay rent. And that's not cheap in downtown Houston.
Right.
$32 a square foot is not cheap in downtown Houston. So really, I know what cocktails would mean. But we do there's so much we can do with wine-based things.
Yeah.
Like, we're about to do a whole entire holiday cocktail rollout in about a week, the week of Christmas, which is just all wine-based stuff.
Yeah.
But they're mixed or even beer-based things.
Right.
That we can just make such great libations with whatever we have and not actually just like take a shot of tequila.
Yeah.
Right? So there's places in this building. Like ideally it would be so cool for the salon to move out. This one right here. And us just like speakeasy a door
that'd be
in
cool.
this wall.
Yeah.
And then like black it out from the front and we have cocktails next door.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's a different address. That's all you need is a different address.
Yeah.
So really it's like getting and then I wouldn't be able to have my carrier's permit if I had a mixed beverage permit. So I wouldn't be able to do all these offsite events and all these offsite parties and deliver a keg to your doorstep with a smash burger. You know, I wouldn't be able to do that if I had liquor.
Right.
But we can get really, really creative with everything else that we're doing.
Yes. Well, I mean, all things to watch for. I know you said you needed to be out around 2. You're open. Well,
Yeah. Well, David's about to show up here in a second.
Okay.
David's going to come in and we're going to prep to get ready to go to Equal Parts. We actually do burger service every Monday at Equal Parts Brewing over in the 2nd Ward, over in the East End.
Yeah.
Formerly known as Sigma, if you guys are, there you go. Yeah. So every Monday, they do industry night over there.
Okay.
They have $3 lager beers, and we offer a $7 smash burger. So you can get a burger and a beer for $10.
Perfect.
So we do that every single Monday now, and then we kind of pop up over there whenever they need it. So they had Doomsday Wrestling on Saturday.
Yeah.
So we were able to do that as well while we had Dennis Foray. Shout out to Dennis and his crew for doing their holiday bottle share here.
Cool. That
was probably the best representation of a unorganized bottle share that I have ever witnessed. They just did everything that I would ever ask them to do. They followed all the protocols of being a hospitable space. And ultimately, like, we had another group of people that came in that had no idea what was going on. And then us, as the people that work here, just explain to them, this is what's happening. This is why they have their feet up on the table, maybe. And there's coolers everywhere. And they're just lounging for hours on end. But this is what's happening. This is what's going on. But you have this space over here that we will tailor to you as well.
Yeah.
And let us know how we can make you feel comfortable, too, all while we're popping some bottles and trying some cool stuff.
Well, there you go. And so you can have your event here too.
Yeah.
As you're watching in the future, whenever.
Host a party with me. That's kind of my bread and butter is throwing parties. I've even helped coordinate other people's parties that like stop here.
Yeah.
So I had a wonderful now friend reach out in a beer group that was like, what should I do for my husband's birthday? We want to travel around town. We want to hit up spots. And I just invited her over here and we just chatted through her renting a van from Sugarland, coming up and starting here, and then hitting up places like Axelrad and Under the Radar and going over, like, so we just kind of like walked it all through, planned it here, and just helped her execute it.
Perfect. Yeah, you're down here in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
And nothing's far away down here. And
so let me help you figure it out.
Yeah, and it's the coolest spot around.
Yeah.
So.
But I also know where places provide great service and hospitality experiences too.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't steer somebody to a place that maybe isn't best for their situation.
Right.
Like, say you're traveling with kids around, well, then I'm not going to send you to Uchi. Okay. Like, I'm not. It's not going to happen. But, you could come hang out here with your kids. Totally. Like, I'm down for it.
Yeah. And bring your dogs as well.
Bring your dogs.
As long as they're as cute as Henry.
I just need all the pet love. I actually had a cat with me on the couch recently.
Really?
Yeah, I had a friend that was going out of town for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And was traveling with the cat, and they stopped in to say hi, and I was like, bring that cat inside. And we sat on the couch together. It was super cute.
We have a ferret. Would you mind if we brought a ferret?
Please bring the ferret.
Nah, he's...
Oh, my gosh. That'd be so cool.
He's fine for a minute or two.
A minute or two?
Yeah, and then he just... super curious. We would lose him in here like in 2 seconds.
Yep.
They just end everything.
Yeah. The cat ended up over there in like the watering hole.
Yeah, he would be
area.
in like behind your walls at some point. So
What, is there money in it?
in ferrets?
In my walls.
Oh, maybe is your name Joel Osteen? Is that?
Well, I've busted down all the walls in this building, and
I did
unfortunately,
yeah.
and the floor. We busted up the floor. We did.
No money.
We busted out. This is no more of a money pit.
No more gold. No
than-
gold doubloons.
You
or-
know, we haven't gone 1 month without something just crapping out.
Well, luckily you strung all those months together, and you
Yeah.
got to the 1 year anniversary.
I can't even it was yesterday we were doing this and talking about opening this.
Yeah.
Like it was literally yesterday at my brain. I feel like we just bulldozed through a year.
Yeah,
Bulldozed.
it's flown by.
It's flown.
But we're all better for it. So,
Totally.
Congratulations
Well,
to
thank
Star Sailor and you and the whole
Yeah.
crew and Houston for having Star Sailor now. So
it's all for you.
all right.
HOU. Don't forget Saturday.
Saturday. It's
Okay, so 3:00 it starts.
Mm-hmm.
3 to 6 p.m. is all the wonderful vendors that have helped us make this happen for the last year. So they'll be popping up, doing their pop-up thing from 3 to 6. And then 6 o'clock starts all the performances.
Cool.
So 6 to 8 is the Homebrew Brass Ensemble Band.
yes, Rudy.
Yay, they're my favorite. I love them so much. They actually popped up randomly on Christmas in July and just like performed some things and just showed up, and it was really great.
That's
and
cool.
It wouldn't be an anniversary without them.
Yeah.
Rudy actually has helped me in the kitchen too. He helped me make Texas shaped waffles. He was actually chef for a day. It was
That's
really,
a very
really great.
Rudy thing.
It was really cool. It was
Rudy's
so
good
good.
people.
He helped me clean the grill. God, I love him so much because that's a feat in itself. And then after that is the Dauntless dance crew at 9-ish, 9:30. They're about an hour show of belly dancing, sword balancing, fire things.
Really?
They also have some live music with them as well.
Okay.
So it's a full performance of this lady that I was able to experience her show at the Renaissance Festival in 2018.
Okay.
And I've had her in my back pocket ever since.
Yeah.
And this is now like a perfect setting for it to happen,
Yeah,
right?
The Ren Fair and the belly dancers is always like a highlight, right?
I'm so excited for her. It's 2 ladies and 2 people playing music, so a 4-piece set.
Cool.
And then after that, I have a DJ set, dance party. So from 10:30 till 1:30, we are dancing our asses off. So party all the way till 2 a.m.
There you
pretty
go.
much.
All right. So whenever you're
Just come.
Part of the day
please.
is.
Just come hang out. We are selling tickets for the whole entire experience.
Okay.
But there is ways to just come and be and buy drink tickets and pay proportions while
go to
you're
the website
here.
or Facebook?
It's all on the website.
Yeah.
It's all on Facebook. It's all on Instagram. It's all on our link tree. It's pretty much in every link you could possibly find it. There's something about our anniversary.
Okay.
We even have some special guests coming in from other places that have worked with us, worked with me behind the bar. So you'll see some familiar faces. And then, of course, I've invited industry people like crazy.
Yeah.
So there'll be some faces in here that I think everybody would like to see and experience.
There you go. All right. So just mere days away, Mike.
Plus food.
Plus food.
Nomad Barbecue will be here too. He's doing a whole plated thing. So
There you go.
brisket. You know, the
Come for the
Texas
meat
good kind.
and then meet somebody
Yeah.
new.
And then watch
Meat.
belly dancing.
And watch belly
And then
dancing.
shake your ass with me to work it off.
There you go.
Yes.
That's perfect. All right. That's a good note to go out on. Mike, thank you for your hard work today.
Thanks, Mike.
All the
Sure.
button
And
pushes.
thanks for bringing in your
and
beautiful
Henry,
fiance
yes. Yeah, Kate, it's
and
good to
your
see you.
beautiful dog.
Yeah, Henry.
His bite. I love
Yeah.
it. I kind of want him to bite me a little bit with that
He'll,
other bite.
he'll nibble on you.
Come nibble on me.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
cute.
Well,
Well, cheers.
yeah. Oh, cheers.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. This has been a blast, Marin.
I'm glad.
We're not going to wait a year to do this again.
Okay, good.
We'll be back soon.
Okay, good.
Okay, we'll come hang out at Star Sailor, and you should too. Open 7 days a week, 3 p.m. till closing, and earlier starting next year on the weekends. right?
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so for Marin and for Mike and Kate and Henry, I'm Josh. Thanks for watching this Liquid Lunch Live episode of InterBrews. Mike, hit a thing or do something. Do you know what you're hitting there?
This is InterBrews.
The preceding has been a presentation of Stewed Productions.